All right, on the resignation of Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar, Shiv Sena UBT MP Arvind Sawant has questioned the government. He has said the Vice President's health has not deteriorated so much that he has to resign. He has questioned the ruling party's silence on Jagdeep Dhankhar's resignation. Have asked for an answer. Let's take a listen to that.
Shocking, you know. वो सुबह तो राज्यसभा में थे, चेयर पर बैठे थे, जिस ढंग से वो बहाल करते रहे, मुझे नहीं लगता उनकी स्वास्थ्य का हो सकता है, उम्र में तो थोड़ा थोड़ा होता ही है, लेकिन उसके लिए इस्तीफा देने की नौबत आए, इतना तो स्वास्थ्य बिगड़ा नहीं था, किसी ने बिगड़ाया है उनका स्वास्थ्य, जाके इस्तीफा दे दे, क्योंकि इतनी मतलब कहीं भी एक लकीर भी नहीं दिख रही थी कि वो नाराज कुछ है उसके लिए वो इस्तीफा दे दे। और ये जो कुछ हुआ है उसके पीछे कुछ है, सत्ता पक्ष चुप्पी कर बैठा है, मतलब समझने का है। पहली बात ऐसी कि देश के 2 नंबर की चेयर है वो, माननीय आदरणीय महामहिम राष्ट्रपति के बाद उपराष्ट्रपति जी। अब 2 नंबर की सीट पर के हमारे अधिकारी, हमारे माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी बिना वजह इस्तीफा दे, अब वजह तो उनको बतानी पड़ी, तो बताया होगा। आपने कोई किसी ने सुना है पिछले 15-20 दिन में वो गई अस्पताल में गए थे जांच करने, तो समझ लेनी।
All right, Anand, as we have heard what Arvind Sawant has stated, he is asked why the ruling party is silent. What are the details that are coming in terms of the opposition's reaction in terms of VP Dhankhar's resignation?
Yeah, look, the opposition party was quite surprised the way in which Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar last night announced his resignation, and he shared his resignation letter with President Jagdeep Dhankhar. And similarly, Vishal Kumari, who was not chair today, went to the House, made comments again after adjourning at 12 noon. So he announced that the Ministry of Home Affairs has notified the resignation of the Vice President, and thus he mentioned that all the members are hereby informed about the same, about his decision to resign under Section 67(a). So clearly, many of the opposition members have questioned the way in which Jagdeep Dhankhar has resigned, citing his health reasons as advised by the doctors over medical conditions. So clearly, they have said that yesterday he was in the House, he was on the chair, and it didn't seem that he was unwell or he was facing some health issues. But they questioned the way in which the BJP, they questioned the way in which he was made to resign. So they clearly asked that whether it was the BJP which made him to resign on the medical grounds. So clearly these are the aspects that the opposition members are raising on the surprise resignation by the Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar. So clearly it has raised eyebrows among the opposition leaders who are clearly questioning the decision of Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar, which is the number 2 highest post in the country after President Govt. And even what we have learned from our sources that President Govt. Has also accepted the resignation of Jagdeep Dhankhar, and then it was announced in both the houses of parliament earlier in the day. Back to you.
Anand, in terms of Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar's resignation, who performs the Vice President's duties now after he has resigned from his post?
Yeah, look, the Rajya Sabha also has the deputy chairperson, that is Arvind Sawant. Clearly, he is now looking at the work of the Rajya Sabha chairman as of now. But now what we have learned from our sources that MHA has also written to the Election Commission so that the post of the Vice President cannot be kept vacant for long, and then the election notification can be issued. And now the government is also looking for some places to whom it can nominate as Vice President candidate for the same. So clearly all this process has been initiated, and as of now, Arvind is looking after the work of the chair over there in Rajya Sabha. Next week.
And Anand, when we're talking about what happens when the Vice President resigns mid-term with 2 years left in his tenure, what happens in terms of the constitutional process?
Yes, the President Murmu has accepted the resignation of Vice President, and then both the houses were also informed about the same, whereas the MHA has also notified the Election Commission in regard to the same. So clearly all this legal process will be completed, the constitutional process that are required to fulfill the 4 tasks he has designed during his midterm. So whether they will be deciding a new candidate or they will be nominating someone, so it depends on the government what steps they are going to take ahead. That's it.
All right, Anand, thank you so much for joining us on the telecast. But viewers, I'd like you to explain what exactly it means for Dhankar says after Vice President Dhankhar has resigned midterm. What does that mean? Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar's resignation came late Monday night, and it has created a rare midterm vacancy in the country's second highest constitutional office. And he's only the third Vice President in India's history to resign before completing his term, after V.V. Giri and R. Venkata Raman, and both of whom stepped down to contest presidential elections and were succeeded by Gopal Swarup Pathak and Shankar Dayal Sharma. And after that, who performs the Vice President's duties now? The Constitution does not provide for an acting Vice President. However, since the Vice President is also the ex officio Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, the Deputy Chairman, currently Harivansh Narayan Singh, will preside over the House in his absence. But shift our focus to some news coming in from Bihar. As the politics over SIR